I'm going to show you guys how to fix a speaker that has a ripped foam surround, just like this one. A lot of people will just throw the speaker out, but it's totally fixable and you could reuse it and save yourself money and everything. So we're gonna go from this to this one, which is fully prepped. All of the adhesive is off, the outside and then the inner cone, and then we're going to put the foam surround on, glue it on, and we'll be good. Have two basically brand new speakers. Alright, so you have your old speaker and it's all torn up. So the first thing you want to do is just get all the excess garbage foam out of here. So this stuff comes right up. And it's the adhesive they use is it's a very flexible adhesive, so you could kind of like rub it and get underneath it. I'll show you how to really get everything off in a minute, but get all the heavy stuff off with your fingers. It comes off of the plastic cone a little easier than the metal piece here. So that's going to be your first step, is getting all this foam off. Okay, so I have a razor blade like this. I like to bring it out about that far, and what you're going to want to do is get all the adhesive off. It's pretty straightforward. Whichever way works best for you. You kind of just like roll it off almost. It's weird, this adhesive. Once you get the heavy duty rubber type stuff off, you're gonna go over with some rubbing alcohol to really get all the sticky stuff off. Once that happens, once you do that, you may take off some paint. Like on the other one, it's down there, but on the other one, it kind of strips some paint off. That's okay. That's really not that big of a deal. It might even help it stick better. So go over it like this. It takes a while. These are 8-inch Boston acoustic speakers. So, you know, you got 8-inch diameter on this bitch. So you can see right here, this is all cleared off. This is all clear, ready to go. Just get a little rubbing alcohol, clean that shit off. And even using a finger, you want to get all this off so you can get the fresh stuff to really bond and get another 20 years out of these speakers, hopefully. My brother was playing the electric drum set through these and I came home, checked it out, and this was just ripped to shreds. I was like, really, man? Well, you're paying for new ones, so he did. But yeah, I'm just rolling it off. Do this all the way around the whole thing. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, so get yourself some 91% isopropyl alcohol. It could be 70 or whatever. Stronger the better though. And you're going to go around the cone and this with the alcohol to clean all the stuff off. Very simple stuff, guys, here. Very simple. You don't have to buy new speakers. You could just do it yourself. So get it. Give it a nice rub. It'll, you know, you'll see it come right off here. And do that around the whole thing. You're also going to want to do it around the cone itself. So with my finger, I like to support it and then just come around and just get the adhesive off. That's the main goal here, guys. Okay. So today it's a pretty warm day. If you're doing this on a colder night in the middle of February with 4 feet of snow on the ground, it may help to get a hair dryer or some sort of hot air blower and warm this up a little bit so it'll come off like it is now. Because I'd say it's probably about 75, 70 6 degrees right now in here. This is just coming off very easily. I have a video on my channel where I replaced this subwoofer in my Ford Explorer, and this was before I knew that you could just replace the foam surround and save the speaker. So I still have that speaker. I could, you know, fix it if I wanted to and use it, which is cool. But yeah, so just wanted to mention that today's pretty hot. So if you're doing this in a colder environment, this may not be as flexible and easy to come off for you. And just made it all the way around with my finger. And then you're gonna want to just kind of get in here a little bit. Hit it with the alcohol. Hit this with the alcohol, nice and clean. And next step is foam surround on here. Yeah. Okay, so these are Boston acoustic woofers from the T830 model. They are 8-inch diameter. So the foam surround that I ordered said it fit the T830s and a whole bunch of other 8-inch speakers. So this looks like it fits perfect. So just make sure that it fits before you start gluing. Be gentle with these. They're strong foam, but they're just foam, you know. So first thing you're gonna want to do is to get your adhesive. This is Springfield speaker CRC adhesive, made for this type of application. You could get yourself a paintbrush, not necessary, but it will help to spread it on there. But they also give you a nice little cap with a very fine tip, so you could get it around there nice and fine. So that's the first thing you're gonna want to do. We're gonna put glue on the inner part of the surround first only, right? And then we're gonna flip it around. We're gonna lift up the cone and we're gonna set it nice and evenly on the cone all around and press it. And then once we do that, I'll tell you what we do next. Okay, so once everything is prepped, go over it again with alcohol, make sure it's all clean. Put the surround upside down right there. So get your adhesive. Get the fancy cap they give you. And we're gonna put it on the inner part of the surround. I'm gonna dabble around like this. Yeah, work it on there. And then if you want with the paintbrush, you can go around and make it nice. But when you flatten it out, it'll do just that and flatten itself out. You don't want to go too crazy, just make a nice layer. This tip is really fine, so it kind of gets it's hard to really overdo it. Once you get this all the way applied, let this breathe for a few minutes, that's what they say, before you flip it over and apply it to the cone. Now I could just go over and really just hit some spots that I didn't. You don't want to go too heavy. You don't want to go too light, you know. All right, I put the adhesive on the inner part of the surround. We're gonna flip it over. We got little webs everywhere here. We're gonna flip it over and we're gonna rest it right on the center of this surround here. And I'm gonna lift up underneath so I have room to line it up to where I can see the old line was. Press down a little bit. And just do that all the way around. And once you have it nice and set here, we're going to either use your finger or a Sharpie, that's what they tell you to do, and press it on and stick it to it. After we do that and get that nice and even, we're gonna let this settle for about 45 minutes and then we can tackle that outer perimeter. You're gonna repeat this process for the next 10 minutes as the adhesive dries, and adjust it and press it down to really get it in its final position. It slowly dries, so you just kind of do this and make sure it's settled in. So keep working around, press it. Once this dries, we'll be good to do the next step. Before this dries, you could go around with some nail polish remover and get this excess adhesive off. I'm not even really gonna worry about it, but you can do that if you want. Okay, the final step is to apply glue to the whole outside perimeter. First thing we're gonna do is just get underneath it. We'll get the Sharpie, and we're gonna work our way around as we apply some adhesive. I made this hole a little bigger, and it's actually coming out pretty hardcore. But yeah, so go around the whole thing. Adhesive on the metal. I'm going to actually use the brush after this and brush around. Now, gonna go around with the paintbrush, flatten it out, which you probably don't even need to do. But let's see how it looks under there. And we're gonna start pressing down. And you're gonna wanna press in on the center of the cone, make sure it's not rubbing anywhere. And we're gonna continue to do that until this adhesive is dry. That's simple, guys. Do it to the next one. Throw your speakers in. Let this cure for 24 hours, though. Definitely let this cure for a solid 24 hours before you play them, before you hook them up. And you just fix your own speaker. Save yourself some money. And you got the same Boston quality. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.